What did you enjoy most? The years 2005, 6, 7, 8 and 9.
I guess what I most enjoyed in the year 2005 to 9 was the war on terror.
Today, in 2031, we've got so used to 30 years of terror that some of it no longer scares us.
Hello.
But at the time, people were genuinely scared.
Now and again you think, oh, this bloody terror, you know, all this terror, you know, and you often hear people say that, you know, you say, how are you doing? All right, apart from all this terror, this wretched terror.
And they had every right to be scared. The war on terror was one the government was losing. This policeman should have arrested this suicide bomber instead of giving him directions to Buckingham Palace. And though we'd eliminated the threat of the enemy flying planes into buildings, no one was prepared for terrorists flying 2 buildings into the sides of planes. No one was killed, but a lot of people were surprised. But 30 years ago, Tony Blair and then Gordon Brown got through no fewer than 24 Home Secretaries in trying to combat terror. Between them, they tried to come up with as much legislation as possible to stop terror.
We banned rucksacks, but it had very little effect, so we had to go further and ban buses and trains.
That only had a limited effect, so we decided in the end to ban all forms of transport.
So people would walk from city to city, but as we had already banned rucksacks, they couldn't bring any supplies, and a lot of people died from dehydration.
Well, we actually asked TV and radio programmes to include bomb threat plots within their storylines. They had a dirty bomb go off in Balamory. People never forgot that, never.
We got a lot of people in. We got movers and shakers from the entertainment industry. We got Richard Curtis in to do a special Vicar of Dibley sketch with Dawn French and that idiot blonde woman who kept asking Dawn, does Allah approve of bombing and bombers?
Well, the joke was meant to be that in a West Country accent it came out like bumming and bummers.
There have been more angry protests in Muslim countries. Here, several hundred protesters marched through central London.
These were waiting for worshippers when they arrived at the mosque in Regent's Park in London for the midday prayer. Many people didn't like them. The mosque's own security people were also unhappy and made them take the placards out onto the street.
I remember people started saying things about Muslims, like, oh, Muslims are very nice, aren't they? People would often drop that into conversation just in case anyone was listening who might... Yeah, but you have all sorts of non-sequiturs. People say, that's £1.70, please, and I like Muslims.
Good morning. Imagine there's no heaven.
Commentators at the time argued that Islam
It's easy if you try.
was radicalised by the actions of this man who invaded
No hell below us.
Iraq.
Above us, only sky. I'd like to end Guantanamo.
But he didn't. And 30 years on, Guantanamo Bay still exists. A whole city has developed with shops and schools for the inmates' children. Everyone's still bombarded day and night with white noise and the phrase, "You are nothing."
You're nothing.
But there are now luxuries allowed, like mobile phones.
You are nothing. You are nothing.
So bad it's good, that was the sort of catchphrase, I think.
You're nothing.
Other inmates work here professionally, and some have even gone into the army.
You're nothing.
You are nothing.
Guantanamo even has its own TV station, pumping out its biggest variety hit, Guantanamo Madhouse.
You are nothing.
A number of Iraqis went on record as saying this is like the Isle of Man now. Stop this.
Imagine all the people living for today. The color girls say, take a walk on the wild side. 1, 2, 3, 4.